All right, so I had a thought this morning as I was on a run, and I had to share it with all of you. Now, if you know me, you know I don't love to run, but I was on a run this morning, and I was reflecting on Martin Luther King Jr. The kids and I and my wife, we'd watched a couple videos this morning and spent some time discussing his investment with his life in something bigger than himself. And as I was running, I was thinking about that idea, and I had a thought come to me about kingdom-centered, as followers of Jesus, kingdom-centered visioning for our lives. And I want to share this. So the thought I had was this, an image of kind of three circles, that in every vision, it's compiled of three circles, and those things are time, space, and hero, or central character, right? And as a person in relationship with God, as a follower of Jesus Christ, I have this relationship with God. So there's myself and God interacting in this process of thinking about vision, right? And so here's model one of how we tend to do vision, and it's this, that first of all, what's the time? Well, it's my 5-year, 10-year, 20-year, or lifetime plan for me in my life. How am I going to invest my life? What's the space? Well, the space is defined as my home, my organization, my business, my city, state, nation, or even my globe, right? And then who is the central character? Well, in reality, it's me. And so in that, if you think about myself and God, the way that we relate together is I am the king, I'm the visioneer of this, and God functions as a secondary character, and his title would be guide or counselor. God, well, give me guidance on where I should live. God, give me guidance on my 10-year plan development. God, give me guidance on how I should spend my life, how to accomplish my goals. Give me guidance. Now that's model one, but model two, and I think it's the kingdom-centered visioneer model, right? The kingdom-centered visioneering is this, that God is the central character. And so he defines the time of the vision as eternity. And he defines space, the space of the vision, as all creation. Throughout the scriptures, he speaks of this. And that the central acting character in human history is Christ. The central acting character in the vision is Christ. And so with that model of vision for my life, then it would look like this, that God is the central character. He is the visioneer, and I am the assistant in this, and my title is servant. And in that, I had this thought kind of as I was processing these two different ways of thinking about our life, our vision, our purpose for our life. And I had this thought that if your vision can't outlive you, outreach you, and ultimately not need you, then it's probably your vision and not God's. I'm going to say it one more time. That if your vision can't outlive you, so it's restricted to your lifetime, if it can't outreach you, so it's restricted to where you can go geographically, and it won't ultimately not need you, then it's probably your vision and not God's. And we see in Proverbs 19:21, the statement of wisdom from the writer of Proverbs, where it says this, many are man's plans, but the Lord is the one who orders his steps. And there's different translations of that, but that general idea, we actually see work throughout the scriptures. This way of thinking about our lives and our vision as really a partner with or a servant of a much bigger vision than our own life. Something that has eternity in mind, something that thinks of all creation, and something that centers around the person and work of Jesus Christ. So whether it's Father Abraham, David the king, Elijah the prophet, whether it's Paul the apostle or John the beloved, what we see throughout the entire scope of the scriptures is over and over the participants in God's redemptive plan are participating in that ultimately, God's vision for restored creation for all eternity. And they find themselves in that. And they participate in something that outlives them, something that outreaches them, and something that ultimately centers not on them, but on one who is never failing, the person of Jesus Christ. So I want to encourage you, evaluate the vision you have for your life and consider how. Look, 10-year plans are great, but let's consider how God is using our life to serve his vision, because it's only that vision that will really matter 1,000 years from now.